Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing Dark. This is Season 3, Episode 6, and it is titled Licht und Schatten. So light and shadow, and we've been talking a lot, and we've been hearing a lot about, the light and the shadow, and these two groups or organizations or whatever you want to call them, and just, I have no idea who to root for at all, especially between those two. And just the last episode and everything that happened in that one, it was just a lot of tragedy and horribleness. They were just doubling down on it, and yeah, I don't know. Are we ready to continue this journey? Well, we better be, because we're gonna. And yeah, unless you have anything. No, yeah, we're just going to jump straight into it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions for Dark and all the other shows that we are doing on our Patreon page. The link is down in the description below. Let's go.
Ich verspreche es dir. Ich mache das wieder gut.
Seeing this again. Oh, wait. Oh, that's what happened to him. So the martyr from the other world did not show up for him. He just ran downstairs. I was afraid for a moment that I pressed play on the wrong episode.
Du hast versprochen, es alles wieder gut zu machen. Ich will, dass du weißt, dass du das wirst. Du darfst niemals die Hoffnung verlieren, dass es einen Weg aus diesem Labyrinth gibt. Du musst mich sterben lassen, damit ich leben kann. Manche Dinge müssen wir gehen lassen, bevor sie zu uns zurückfinden. Wir passen perfekt zusammen. Glaube niemals etwas anderes.
Burning it. It's amazing how disturbing they can make this imagery by just, doing the mirror effect over and over again. Disturbing, but also beautiful in a way.
Disturbing and beautiful. Oh. She's cutting it off. Right?
The hair?
Isn't she?
Maybe. I've actually wondered how they're doing these shots, in this house where everything is mirrored compared to the same house in the first world. And I'm thinking maybe they are just, mirroring the footage, and that is why the scars and everything else is also mirrored compared to, sometimes compared to the first world once again.
Ich habe keine Zeit für deinen Psychoscheiß.
Oh, okay.
Keine Ahnung, was mit dir gerade los ist. Aber dass du Mama so hängen lässt, ist nicht fair. Das hat sie nicht verdient.
How are you gonna explain this to anyone and make them understand? You can't.
Warum hast du mich eingesperrt? Du hast mir versprochen, dass es einen Weg gibt, das alles zu ändern. Dass die Apokalypse nicht passiert. Du hast mich genauso belogen, wie mein älteres Ich mich belogen hat.
Everybody's lying.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Eine Welt außerhalb von deiner und meiner Welt.
Creating a whole new
Aber
world.
ich habe endlich begriffen, was das Paradies wirklich ist. Unendliche Dunkelheit, in der nichts existiert. Aber dafür muss die Apokalypse passieren. In meiner Welt und in deiner.
So what is the end game?
Lass mich raus!
Well, he wants to destroy everything.
Mein Name ist nicht Alexander. Ich heiße Boris. Boris Niewald. Aber es war ein Unfall. Das musst du mir glauben.
Wusste Mama davon?
No.
Deine Mutter ist das Beste, was mir in meinem Leben passiert ist. Und ich habe ihr nicht einmal die Wahrheit gesagt. Also, es tut mir leid.
Ich muss mit Ulrich sprechen. Ist er hier?
Nee, der ist noch unter der Dusche.
Kann ich vielleicht warten?
He is here.
Jetzt hör mir mal gut zu. Ulrich gehört mir. Und daran wird sich auch nichts ändern.
Charlotte, was machst du hier?
Ich wollte dir nur kurz was zeigen. Komm doch mal mit Peter vorbei. Dann gehen wir alle zusammen aus, solange ich noch kann.
Psycho!
Das Ergebnis der mikroskopischen Untersuchung der beiden Pfennige ist da. Und
was?
They are identical?
als wäre der Pfennig irgendwie durch die Zeit gereist.
I think now she's going to cut her hair.
I think you're right. Now is the time.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Grab them scissors, get it over with, and then figure out what the hell you're then going to do. Because the apocalypse is happening in like hours.
Ich bin wahrscheinlich die Letzte, mit der du reden willst, aber falls doch, ich bin da.
Saying goodbye to your mom without actually being able to say the words. And
Willst du noch wohin? Ich habe jemandem etwas versprochen.
so is Katharina just staying in Mikkel's room? Where is Mikkel? Like in that world. Freaky. Maybe don't touch it. Oh!
Jonas, du lebst.
Ich habe ihn getötet. Warum liegt er noch in seiner Welt?
Here, that's
Die Weiche
dusty table.
im Knotenpunkt der Zeitschleife. Der Moment, der die Dinge in die eine oder in die andere Richtung laufen lässt. Du holst ihn in unsere Welt. Oder nicht. Eine Linie, die in einer Schleife wieder auf sich selber trifft. Auf einem der Wege stirbt er. Auf dem anderen nicht.
Okay.
Beides wiederholt sich in der Schleife wieder und wieder. Das eine der Auslöser für das andere. Quantenverschränkung.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation.
Der Junge im Bunker sieht genauso aus wie Mats.
It is Mass.
Wie ist das möglich?
Ich muss ihn stoppen.
Wen stoppen? Wen stoppen? Dich.
I thought he was gonna say Noah or Adam.
Ich war da. In der Zukunft. Da ist nichts mehr. Das alles hat irgendwas mit deinem Vater zu tun. Er darf die Fässer nicht öffnen.
Well, at least he didn't just, call her crazy and...
Yeah.
Oh, but he's not gonna pick up. Shit.
Charlotte, Alexander hier. Kannst du ins AKW kommen? Ich möchte dir etwas zeigen.
What is he going to do?
Oh, just splitting up. That's what it means? Okay.
Worum geht's denn?
Es ist besser, wenn du es selber siehst.
Oh. Suits are red in that world. He's heading towards the cave with Ulrich like right behind him. Yep.
Yep.
Der Junge im Bunker, das ist mein Bruder. Das ist Mats. Ruf mich zurück, wenn das abläuft.
Are they all going to the same point? Or like the same location?
I don't think so. Oh.
Wer seid ihr?
Kannst du dir das nicht denken?
Can't let you stop the apocalypse.
Jonas lebt?
In unserer Welt. Und er weiß, wo der Ursprung ist. Aber davor musst du Jonas vor der Apokalypse in seiner Welt retten. Und ihn in deine Welt bringen.
Ihr tickt doch alle nicht ganz richtig.
Du kannst nicht stoppen, was hier passiert. Aber wenn du mit uns kommst, dann kannst du es verhindern. Ein anderes Mal.
Another time.
Du musst mit uns mitkommen.
Wohin
Er
mitkommen?
gehört nicht zu uns. Er gehört zu den anderen. Sie werden ihn retten.
Yeah, we never see an older version of Bartosz, do we? We never saw that.
Or did we?
Es ist soweit. Adam hat jeden seiner Spielsteine auf Position gebracht.
He's more confused than us.
Wir errichten die Mauern dieses Labyrinths. Jeder von uns formt die Wege und reicht die Hand. Bartosz, du musst dich retten, um unser Leben zu bewahren. Claudia, du musst dein anderes Ich leiten, unsere Augen in Adams Welt zu sein. Egon, du musst deine Vergangenheit erschaffen, um den Stammbaum zu erhalten. Noah, du musst die Liebe bringen, damit alles neu entsteht. Auf jede Dunkelheit folgt Licht, auf jeden Tod folgt ein Leben.
Ihr habt mich in eure Welt geholt. Du hast mir versprochen, dass ich es ändern kann. Warum machst du das?
Das, was in dir wächst, der Ursprung, er muss sterben. Aber er kann nicht auf normalem Wege getötet werden. Er ist aus beiden Welten geboren und es braucht die Energie beider Welten, um ihn zu zerstören. Die Apokalypse in meiner Welt und die Apokalypse in deiner Welt. Das hier ist das Ende.
So he's using that to destroy the origin.
Beide Welten löschen sich gegenseitig aus. Vollkommene Annihilation.
Fuck.
Du bist verrückt.
And that's it? Just annihilation and it's all over?
Es gibt keine Hoffnung, keine Erlösung,
Okay.
kein Paradies.
Der Anfang ist das Ende und das Ende ist der Anfang.
Oh, they still met up and okay.
Jede Verbindung in der einen Welt muss auch in der
Oh,
anderen
no,
Welt
okay.
geschlossen werden. Alles ist miteinander verbunden. Im Licht und im Schatten.
That's how you got that letter. They did it. Fuck, that's scary.
Yep.
I like that Noah's assignment was love. Let's make a...
What?
Don't fucking do that. I feel like it's almost impossible to talk about what just happened because we don't see like the outcome of it. But there were somehow a lot of answers, it seemed like, in this, like, or at least just in the way that towards the end, and Eva sending all of these people and giving them assignments and telling them like, this is how you fill in the gaps. Like, that's what they're doing, and filling in the gaps to let the whole knot thing, to preserve the knot and let the loop continue. And meanwhile, Adam has come up with a plan to just freaking annihilate the whole thing and stop it from continuing in both worlds by using the apocalypse to destroy the origin, which is what's growing inside of Marta. And I still don't know who to root for, really, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to root for Adam, because just total annihilation, that doesn't sound like there's anything left after that. Or, yeah, because it is annihilation, so just in and of itself, that's just gonna destroy everything.
And I feel it's a little bit aggressive to just destroy everything. I mean, the whole goddamn world.
Yeah, like
for the sake of what, 2 people?
Yeah, like, I can't make this work, and I can't save the people I care about, so I'm gonna kill everything and everyone in both worlds and make sure that it can never go back. We will never have a chance to undo this.
It's a very nihilistic approach to it all, and in some way I do understand it. Because I do have like I am part nihilistic in my way of looking at life, but I mean, this is just, extreme and almost absurd.
But we have talked about, and we definitely talked about in the last one, like the tragedy of Jonas and his life and death in both worlds, kind of, even though he's only from the one world, but that's a part of Adam as well. So you can definitely understand why he's so jaded and so, as you say, nihilistic, that he's just like, fuck it all, nothing matters, I'm gonna destroy it all. Total annihilation is just what I'm going for, just to end the suffering. But like, by all means, just end it, and if there's nothing left in the end, then at least there's no suffering. Like, it doesn't matter if I destroy everything else, as long as the suffering ends. Fuck, yeah. But I'm glad they gave us that explanation, as to, when it comes to Jonas still, how he is still alive, even though they killed him. But they only killed him in one world, and you can still have these, even though they're following the same loop or the same knot, they're running on like opposite sides still. Like, the way she was explaining it was like, one timeline was running on the outside and the other on the inside, so they're still parallel but different, and like different choices, with Jonas. So that's how you can have these two outcomes, where in one of them he survives by just running downstairs, and in the other one he survives by being by Marta teleporting there and taking him with her. We just still need to fill in a lot of blanks.
But I still feel like a lot of blanks have been filled out.
Yeah.
And even though there was a lot of information, it was really, at least for me, it was very hard to keep like all the informations, like keep them in check, and trying to, I should say, fill out the gaps and everything. I definitely don't understand everything, and I didn't get the whole Egon point yet, but I think that's on purpose. They haven't told us exactly what his role is.
What is he going to do? Why is he standing in front of the cave all of a sudden?
Yeah, and what has he to do with Hannah, and her having a miscarriage or like a very bloody birth or something. We don't know exactly what's going on there, but
No.
I am not really sure that you're supposed to bleed that much.
No. I think this episode very much is like, okay, now watch the next one. Just because I don't think we're supposed to take a break right here and now, but we are going to, because we can't just binge it all. So we're just gonna have to wait until and then find out what's happening and what is the outcome going to be of everything that just happened in this one.
But I think there's a lot of both explanations, but also, as you say, like the bridges to the next episodes, and because we already know about Noah and Charlotte and
Elizabeth and how
that fills in, and I'm still not quite sure about the whole love thing, because with Noah, because I feel like I feel like almost like this love is forced, and is it then love? You know?
Yeah, they're kind of.
It feels like his hole to fill, or his gap to fill, is love, but it feels somewhat forced, and then it doesn't feel like real love to me. But hopefully they'll probably explain it. Hopefully, maybe not. Yeah. Maybe it's one of those 10% that we're never gonna get any answers to.
No, I'm sure they're gonna explain everything they just initiated in this one, and with sending everybody back and giving them assignments and stuff. I'm sure it will become clear to us in the span of the last 2 episodes. Only 2 to go, and I have no idea how they're going to wrap it up. But I'm glad that I don't have any idea, because then it's just gonna be surprises, a lot of surprises, and a lot of things that we maybe don't see coming. A lot of twists and turns still. Well, that's what I'm anticipating, at least.
But Eva must know what's going on. She must know that this is Adam's ultimate goal, is to destroy the origin.
Yeah,
and do it like that. And
yeah, because he can't succeed, because if he does, then the last 2 episodes are just going to be, nothing. So something has to happen. You can't really succeed. So yeah, she has to know. So in that sense, I guess I'm kind of rooting for her, just to, right now, not to, just to prevent total annihilation at least.
But we did get some answers in this whole light and shadow thing, where we knew that Claudia was working against Adam, and we knew that Noah, he was a bit of a double agent, wasn't he?
Yeah. And the Noah and the people she's sending, so she sent them to different points in time, but in her world? Yeah, it must be.
Some of them. A lot of them were also in the other world, in Adam's world.
They were?
Because she sent Claudia to go to her Claudia in the other world.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Path.
Yeah. And Egan went to Hannah in Eva's world. Bartosz went to Bartosz in Eva's world as well. Noah. That seems like that's definitely happening in Eva's world once again, right? Yeah, must be.
So. But it starts to make sense now.
Yeah,
because we knew that there was like 2 factions, and they were like light and shadow, and of course with this whole Iridlux thing, in contrast to what its original meaning is Fiat Lux was from I'm pretty sure it was from the Genesis, where it's like Fiat Lux Sic Mundus Creatus Est, and that means let there be light, and thus the world was created. But how Iridlux differs is there will be light, and I think that's kind of the hope, or like, because she also said it multiple times, or at least once she said, there has to be darkness before the light. There will always be light on the other side of the darkness. So I feel like she's constantly working not a step behind him, maybe even in front of him constantly, because she has to make sure that everything that's going on, she has to have the last saying in this, so she can create the light again, or like
after the darkness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That there will be light.
They also talked about destiny, so that could also maybe, as a thematic, just when it comes to her, the fact that she's like, is choosing the sentence, there will be light, instead of let there be light. Let there be light means that you don't really have any control over it, because you just let it be, like it's gonna happen. Where there will be light there's more agency to it, and there's more, it's in my own hands. I will make sure that there will be light, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, I think. And then, of course, in the start, we had this whole Ariadne with the red threading and the whole maze thing, and how everybody was supposed to make the labyrinth with the paths. And how I think she kind of took it upon herself to be Ariadne with laying out the red thread for everyone to go through the
building the walls and making the labyrinth. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And we even saw the red threading with Ulrich trying to follow.
We saw him follow a red thread. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also a little bit curious as to how that plays into everything. But yeah, I'm sure we have a lot of questions that still needs answering.
Yeah, because Helge knows Ulrich, and like he did that whole, oh, it was you and you're alive, and in this one even he's like, I want to prevent you from doing something, where it's like, oh, what is Ulrich gonna do? So yeah.
And are they kind of walking in circles as well, or? Yeah, how is this playing into everything? Yeah.
Probably. It's all loops and happening in the light or in the shadow, and yeah.
A lot of quantum physics, and what did she call it?
Quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement, that was what she called it, yeah.
It sounds like something out of an MCU movie. But
yeah, I'm sure it's something real, like a real physics.
Yeah. I don't remember what if it was a movie or a series, but I just remember some character at some point saying, like, you can't just put quantum in front of everything and just...
Wasn't it like Ant-Man?
That could be. Yeah, it might be. So mentioning the MCU, that was...
Spot on, actually.
But one thing I don't understand, or there are many things I don't understand, but one thing that struck me was, Adam sent Magnus and Franziska back in time. No, he sent them to the other world to pick up Marta, so that she could go to the first world and pick up Jonas and bring him to the second world, just like we saw happen in at the end of season 2 / the beginning of season 3. But why is he doing that?
I think it's because they're constantly trying to, destroy each other.
One up each other, or yeah.
Yeah, and he knows that
I have to play along a little bit, or yeah.
He has to basically create the origin to destroy the origin.
Okay, yeah.
And the way he creates it is by...
Okay, yeah, of course, yeah, it makes sense. He still wants the apocalypses to happen in both worlds, so, and for that to happen, he still has to, feed the loop, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So sending them back and continuing all of that, it makes sense, because then he can get his apocalypses and use them to destroy the origin, which is, once again, I don't think that's going to happen, because that would mean the last 2 episodes are just going to be
nothing,
a black screen. But do you have anything else?
I have one teeny tiny thing to end up, and it's more like a small symbolic cute gesture, I think. Mm-hmm. It's in Eva's world. We saw one of the last images we saw was Franziska and Magnus kind of holding hands while the whole, apocalypse
it came towards them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And completely eradicated them.
Yeah.
But they also had like a conversation where Magnus was kind of course he was freaked out about it, because if you had like your sister that you're
telling you the apocalypse is coming today.
Yeah, and everything is off, and she's been weird, and everything's been weird, and and of course he was freaked out, and then he just talked with Franziska, and she was just like, well, it's crazy, but
if we do die,
we die together, and I don't know why, but I think if there's ever like an apocalypse in our world, like a huge disaster or something, the last, like the person you want to go down with, right? It's like that. The way I would like to go down is definitely,
if it's gonna happen anyway.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be you and me kind of deal, right?
Exactly. It's then if we can't get out of this, if it's going to happen no matter what, then at least we have each other, and there's something oddly comforting in that, and watching it as well. Something kind of comforting about those two finding each other and finding love, no matter what world they're in, and no matter like how, like the differences between them, like depending on what world we're in, where Magnus is quite different in one world compared to the other, and Franziska obviously is, she's she can talk in one of them, and she can't in the other. But they still find each other, and they were just sitting there and embracing the apocalypse together.
In that way, they don't have to die alone. They die together. And yeah, that's, as you said, oddly comforting.
Yeah, also, of course, sad, but oddly comforting.
Yeah. And
on that note, we're gonna end this reaction and review of Dark Season 3, Episode 6, Licht und Schatten. 2 more to go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.